Hello, friends. Welcome to the astrology outlook for October 2023. So, I hope your Virgo season last month was lovely and full of planning and organizing and new routines, and really kind of getting down into the nitty-gritty details of how it is that you want to craft and build and create what it is that you want in your world. However, towards the end of September and throughout most of the month of October, we are in Libra season, which is when we really start to focus on who it is that we want to bring along for the journey ahead. So let's dive right in. On October 4th, Mercury, the planet of communication, of action, of movement, of idea creation, thought creation, all of that entered Libra. So we have this time here at the beginning of the month where we're really looking at all of those types of topics geared towards the who it is that we want to bring along for the journey ahead. Then on the 12th and 14th, we have two kind of major occurrences, one larger than life. But the 12th, we have Mars moving into Scorpio. So this is going to actually provide a preview of the energy for the end of the month, as well as Scorpio season as a whole, which occurs in November. We'll talk a lot more about that, but Mars, the true planet of action, entering Scorpio gives us kind of a preview period for what is upcoming in terms of action and how it is that we want to release some of the things that no longer serve us, because that's what Scorpio season's all about. So again, that's on October 12th, but here we are on October 14th, where we have a really big thing that we need to discuss. So this is the first eclipse of Libra since the north and south nodes of the moon have changed from the Taurus Scorpio axis into the Aries Libra axis. So this is a new moon solar eclipse in the sign of Libra. This is a big deal. October in general has two eclipses, and they are quite large. So because it is in the sign of Libra and everything we just discussed, again, this is going to be a point in time to kind of reflect upon as we move forward, where we were really looking at who we have in our lives. Eclipses kind of act as new beginnings and endings. Actually, I'd like to reverse that. Sometimes they can foretell endings and then new beginnings, things that where we close a door on one facet of our lives and we step into another facet. So the eclipse seasons happen about every 6 months. And if you reflect back, you'll be able to kind of see how eclipses show up for you in your world. But for this one, since it is the first eclipse in Libra, we're really looking at who it is that we want to potentially let fall away, let them kind of go their own way, and who it is that we want to bring forward with us into the path ahead. This is kind of the marker of the beginning of an 18-month period where the eclipses are changing signs, again, from the Taurus Scorpio axis into the Aries Libra axis. So this is the beginning of an 18-month story where we're really looking at items that are geared to who it is that supports us the best. What is our needs? That's the Aries side of all of this. And who it is that we can really lean on and be supported by, that's going to help support us as we're trying to move forward into what will be most supportive of us. So if you've been feeling and thinking and leaning in towards looking around and figuring out who friendship wise, partnership wise, co-working wise, lots of times Libra and any Venus ruled sign is thought of in terms of romantic partnerships, but this can be anybody in your world: family, friends, co-workers, professions, partnerships of all kinds are kind of starting this 18-month cycle of who it is that's going to support you the most. Okay, so on October 14th, we have that first eclipse of the month and of this season. And then the third week of October should be a little bit quieter, at least it is astrologically. So we'll have a little moment of time where we're able to really kind of let that eclipse energy settle in. Also, I should note if you're already kind of feeling that energy and it's not yet October 14th, or if it's after October 14th and you still are feeling that energy, know that eclipse energy is felt for weeks ahead and weeks after. But the good news is that this third week of October, we don't really have a whole lot going on. So we can kind of settle into this new eclipse energy that we've just walked into from the week ahead or the week before. Then on the 22nd, the 23rd, we have Mercury and the sun moving into Scorpio season. So again, when we had, excuse me, Mars going into Scorpio on the 12th, that provided a little 2-week preview leading up until the 22nd and 23rd when Mercury and the sun join the sign as well. Mercury is moving fast. If you recall, on October 3rd, Mercury just entered Libra, so it's going to zip right through here and it's going to go straight to Scorpio on the 23rd. Then on the 28th, we have our final eclipse. It is a full moon eclipse in Taurus. And so this is a lunar eclipse and it's happening this, whereas the eclipse earlier in the month is leading us towards a new 18-month period. This eclipse at the end of the month on October 28th is really the final exclamation point on the last 18-month period, where again, those eclipses have been happening in the Taurus Scorpio sign. So this is again happening in the sign of Taurus. Taurus is all about the foundations that form the roots under our feet: finances, home life, family life, the food that we eat, anything that we need that provides the structure around which and upon which our lives are built. That's Taurus. So it's like the earthy details that help us take that spark of life that comes from Aries, the sign ahead, and leads us through the rest of the zodiac. So with this full moon happening, or this eclipse happening in Taurus on October 28th, really spend some time. I would encourage you to spend some time looking back over the last 18 months and figuring out what exactly has changed for you in your home life. And maybe it's the structure of your home. Maybe you've built an addition. Maybe you've moved. The finance side of that, the building blocks upon which your life has been built, the foundation, how has that changed over the last 18 months? And then you can also decide what still needs to be released in order to make space for what is ahead. So that's our month of October. It is a very big month energetically and astrologically. Hold on tight. Just know that this is all, change is not easy, but it's all happening to kind of further you towards what it is exactly that you want to build, craft, and create, and who it is that you want to bring along for the journey. Have a wonderful Libra season, and I will see you next month as we enter Scorpio.